Hi guys, welcome to video where we do things. We're just bullying each other because funny. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna show you basic mechanics you can do in 1v1s while I don't mess up. But first, I guess we can get started off with Kirby dashing because we're bullying each other already. It's just 4 M1s and then you sprint on the 4th M1 clicking at the same time. Really simple, just 4 M1s then start sprinting. You can just practice that. It's just simple as that. Don't do 5 M1s like I did, but 4 M1s, sprint, and then while you start sprinting, you just click. Really simple mechanic. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really many tips you can give on this, but it extends into almost every single, almost a lot of moves. For example, show the Ito extender with the R move.
Oh, sure.
Because you see, this makes it true. And I cannot escape this. And now do the same thing. No, you don't gotta do that. Just do the same thing, but without sprinting to a pentachromatic. Because then you can show the difference. Because then see, it misses, and it doesn't become true. That's just what things you can do with the dashing. For example, it also makes Kraken Blade R move true. Same with the E move, but I messed up the R move so it doesn't look true, but it is. It makes Chilling Soul true if you're using Yomi. Soul Form's like a 50-50 chance if you're also using it, because, for example, you can do it, and then do that, and the next thing you know, it's true, but some people just can spam faster than him, so people can get out really easily, or you just mess up the timing. What else can we show that can be true? Yeah, if any...
Makes Kiribachi pretty good.
Yeah, makes Kiribachi true. If you have Cupid's Battle Axe, it works with that, and that's a combo extender. Now I'll do it with Kiribachi. That is true. You cannot get out of it. It kind of makes that move true, but you kind of cannot mess it up. And the last thing you can do with this is be funny with Golden Hook, because... Oh, I'm lagging. Because, you know, funny's always better. Because, wow, they can't escape that. So much fun. I guess the next thing is using a heavy weapon and swapping to a light weapon, and then up tilting pretty much. This makes all you scum Zushi users be able to use Gravity Dominance true into up tilt. For example, if somebody has set of ball and you don't know how to use it correctly, and you try to do 4 M1s into this, it's not true. You can see he blocked there. Versus now you do it to me, but you'd use 3 M1s, and then on the 4th M1 you switch to your Roku, Blackleg, or any fighting style that you're using. Same with Fist. Because see, I can do 3 M1s, 4, and then that's true. He cannot get out of that. And it makes Soul Form true, because, for example, if I just do this, and then click, and then next thing you know he gets down slammed, and then your combo finishes. What else? What else can make this... What else makes this move, not true? Well, yeah, you have the, Gravity Dominance.
Works,
what?
It also works with, if you do it with the 5th M1 as opposed to the 4th, you can do a Zushi pull, which normally is not true with a heavy M1 weapon.
Yeah. It's the same thing, it's just 4 M1s, and then you punch, like, previously. It's the same concept. But I can't really think of anything else that... Eel Hammer was fixed, so now it is true if you do that. But that's all the weapons I can really think of that, allows this to be true. You can't really use, you know, heavy hits with light weapons. So... That's things. It also works for Kiribachi, I think, if you just up tilt into it. Because then, yeah, you can't, if I don't mess it up, you can definitely not get escape out of it. Oh no, that's not true. You have to, like, use Frenzy into it, but that's pretty much that mechanic. Super easy to perform. 3 M1s up till you hold space while in the 3 M1s. Then when you switch to your Rokushiki or, you know, fighting style, you unhold space and you just punch, because that makes it so you still get up tilted, but you don't gotta press space on that exact moment. What's the next simple mechanic that we can also think of? We got You got the Insta Block. That's really simple. Just, yeah, so you start blocking and then try and, like, bait out my blocks pretty much because I'm using a heavy weapon. So yeah, I'm doing 3A and then, well, you messed up, but pretty much you do 3M1s and then you block. That makes it pretty much instantly block. Really hard to tell when this... It does cause half block sometime when you are fighting somebody, but it just makes it way faster and way less predictable than just using regular block going up to someone. Like, for example, yeah, running up to him and then blocking immediately. That can kind of, you know, throw someone off. Or 2M1s while they're blocking, then you block, and then, you know, it does things. It's really simple, easy to learn. It's very useful for stuff with fast M1s, because you see, you can't really escape from that. If you are, well, if you get baited from that, then you can't really do much about it. Especially with faster weapons, because same with this type of stuff, is that heavy weapon users cannot really hit you faster than you block sometimes if you do it properly and they don't like time you out perfectly. Well, what's another little mechanic that people can learn?
I suppose Dragon 1 would be next.
Yeah, Dragon
It's the
1.
next
So,
harder one.
pretty much Dragon 1 is 4M1s, you Shigon them, and you look backwards and hit them with another one. Really, it's kind of simple. It's not as practical as just using like 5M1s. 4M1s, Shigon, and look backwards and then hit them again. How do you really explain this? Because you are just doing 4M1s, Shigoning, and like, well, I guess you have to be, I kind of messed up there, but you have to kind of be like inside the person. Because, yeah, see, I couldn't get out of that, even if I was holding block. I could have maybe gotten out of it if I was spamming jump, but you just can't escape it. And it works for pretty much anything with like a long M1. And it just helps out a bunch if you want to like... This also works for gravity dominance. It does work. So that's one more way you can get it off for all you scum Zushi users that I know you're watching this. I know you are.
It also works with the pull.
Does it? I mean, you have to like
Yes.
get a very good hit to be almost right next to the character, instead of being like farther away, like how I messed up my my one attempt. Because 4M1s, and then see, you're kind of far away from me, because you ended up here and I'm here, and it just doesn't work all the time. Unless you get like really good at it and you can do it almost perfectly. Because let me try it for Golden Hook to maybe give like... Yeah, see, it's kind of like hard timing, because it can be difficult. And that's pretty much all I can say about Dragon ones. These are super simple, pretty simple mechanic, but you're pretty much never going to be really using this in an actual battle, unless you just want to have fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And what next should be like drag jumping.
Yeah, do drag jump next.
Yeah, so drag jumping is the same as all these mechanics. Instead of using Shigon, you just form one's Geppo and then click. It's very important because this is a really hard mechanic that people cannot perform. That it is, you have to be like a certain distance from people, like in a good distance. You're pretty much capping out your M1s with how far you are. So yeah, it's pretty much 4M1s, Geppo, and like pretty much spam Geppo because that's how you're gonna Geppo. And if you don't perform it right, and you try and M1 too fast without Geppoing, it will just fail, like I just did there. You gotta kind of wait out the Geppo, and if you're too close, like I was, that same thing happens there, where it just fails. But that's another simple mechanic. This barely makes dominance true for gravity dominance. I know it works, but it's not as easy, of course. It works for golden pole. It works. It's like the same thing as Kirby dashing, but just a bit better.
Worse.
No, I think it's a bit better, right? It's more like a style-on type thing. It's not really useful in combat, but it can definitely be a nice little thing to do, because I think that actually makes Demon Step, Demon Spectrum true. Because that makes it true into 5M1s, maybe. Of course, I can't try it right now, but I think it does. What else? I mean,
think
that's
next would probably be
well,
Bazooka
yeah, but
Extend.
the thing is, I don't even know how to Bazooka Extend because I don't really care. But we don't really got any more tips on really the drag jump. It's not the most useful. I guess let me see if I can Bazooka Extend. I haven't been able to do this in like ever. So yeah, I don't know how to do it. Let me switch my head of ball. Let me. No, I cannot do it.
All right, I can
You
explain.
explain it because I can't definitely do it.
So, it's very difficult, and the way that you do it is you need a fast M1 weapon. So you can do it with fist if you're a sword main, but it's much harder. Um, you would have to do 3 M1s, then you switch over to bazooka, you click it once, then you go back to your fast weapon, whether that be your fist or your sword. You do your 4th M1, then you go back to bazooka, and you shoot it in the opposite direction of where you want them to go. So, for example, if I want him to go over this way, I have to shoot the bazooka that way. All right? Then you can dash after them. If you do the 5th M1, your M1s won't reset. So you have to do it as fast as you can, or else the bazooka will reset again. Again, very difficult. But it is possible. I guess Afro would be next.
Yeah, I guess. But do you have any like crazy tips you can really do for bazooka extending other than that? Cause what are you gonna do? Teaching, what is it? What's it called again?
Move stacking,
Yeah.
Soru stacking.
Cause I'm used to Afro dashing like that. I don't know why I can't. Cause it's a really crappy start of a video, but pretty much move stacking is just 4M1s and then or 5M1s and then at the same time you want to dash and then press the button you want to, move stack with at the same time. Works for
So if
M1s.
you already know how to Afro Dash, imagine instead of doing your left click that you're doing the move. If you don't and you learn this, it may be easy to transfer into an Afro Dash, but it's the same basic principles. What you need to do is press Q ever so slightly before W. So I press them at the same time, but I have one finger a little further out. And by doing those at the same time, you can use one other thing, and it'll be move stacked. So in this case, you want to press Q and then W very fast. As I said, Q slightly before W. And then you want to press your move at the same time that you do the W. And so you can practice just maybe with like an M1.
Doesn't work for me.
And if you have slow M1s, for example, Kraken Blade or Kirabachi or any other slow M1s, you will have to finish with the fast M1, which would be like your fruit fighting style, one of those, just so that you don't have the end lag, which can be kind of annoying. But when you actually do it, then it'll move stack inside the sword. For some moves, it'll allow you to move within them in the sword. On some moves, you'll be stuck in place, but it'll hide the windup of the move as you do it.
Okay, for example, Trident Pull, if I can do it. I cannot do it. Neither of us can. This is a decently hard
skill. This is a skill I don't
to...
practice very much.
Same. So we ain't the best at it. Not as useful. Yeah, pretty much that's Soru stacking.
I gotta at least have it once.
Yeah, you gotta at least do it once.
Well, that's the wrong thing.
Yeah, like that. You can just do, extenders. Messed up. Yeah, this ain't the easiest. It's not as necessary. Yeah,
I would not recommend learning this one. It's generally not useful.
Yeah. You can do it, but not advised. But now we can get on to Afro Dashing, the better topic. The thing I can do properly. Yay! Pretty much Afro Dashing is the same as Afro Stacking, but instead you're going to be doing form ones. And then at the same time, you're going to be dashing and left clicking. I don't know if I can really show it, but we get it. If you want to practice this, grab a sword with any kind of trail. For example, Demon Jester has a pretty... I don't think it has a trail. Yeah, it has a pretty big trail that you can see. So you just practice dashing, and I'm wanting you dash, and then if I can, you know, do it. I don't know why I can't do it all of a sudden.
Rack and Blade also works great.
Yeah.
Cutlass works fine. Just any weapon that has a significant trail.
Of course, you're going to be... Most weapons that have a trail will be heavier weapons. So it won't be as easy to tell if you do them. Trident, Candy Cane, both have these trails. You can see them when you do them. It's very effective. It works. But pretty much you can just do these skills normally. Super useful if you don't mess them up like me. Oh, just fun game lag, but 4M1s, dash, at the same time click, for some reason. This is just me failing for 5 whole minutes straight trying to do one Afro Dash. Like that. That's not true, but yeah. It's as simple as that. Yeah, that also makes Crack and Blade all true. It's a really fun thing to do. It's not as necessary as, for example, the Kirby Dash, because it definitely... It's fun to do, but it's super difficult, and it's really mostly used for styling on. But this is the one true way to make a Zushi user look good, because it allows you to actually extend with gravity dominance. And, you know, gravity dominance isn't the most skilled thing to use. And pretty much that's pretty much what every single thing you really need to learn. Not really need, but like fun to learn if you want to try to.
Of course, in increasing difficulty. And
yeah, and making you know, look more skilled the more you PvP. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yay! I messed up. But yeah, it's something you can style on. I seem to have found something that is true with Afro Dashing, with the soul form, apparently. That's a nice little thing you can do. I mean, one main thing is just like counting your M1s, trying to read what other people do in a match, but that just takes time. Super difficult. And it's really just something that you learn from PvPing over time. And pretty much, yeah, I guess that's going to be the video. Unless you want to say something of how you can do these types of skills. Everything just takes practice, of course. Sit inside of like a private server for a good while. And stop sucking like I do. And yeah, this will definitely enhance your PvP experience. Dang, I wish that was true. Yeah, but have a good day, I guess, because I feel energetic. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope I can beat this out by today. Yay!